Have you ever felt that life hides invisible keys, scattered in places so ordinary that most people never notice them? What if I told you that 3 small cloves, the same ones you might keep forgotten in your kitchen, can carry within them the secret to opening doors of prosperity and transformation? At first it sounds improbable, almost like a fairy tale. Yet history, spirituality, and the quiet voice of ancient wisdom whisper something different. Nothing is ordinary, and symbols exist to awaken us to powers far greater than what we see on the surface. The truth is that most of us spend years chasing complicated solutions, always searching outside, as if wealth and fulfillment were treasures buried somewhere distant. But what if the real treasure has always been within your reach? What if prosperity begins not with what you gain, but with the energy you cultivate and the intentions you project into the world? This idea challenges everything we are taught about money, success, and destiny. And it provokes an even deeper question. Are you truly living as the master of your reality, or as a passive witness of circumstances? In moments of silence, when the noise of the world fades, you may feel that strange certainty that there is more meaning, more connection, more possibility. This is not imagination. It is the voice of your inner self reminding you that you were not born to live in scarcity, but to align with a current of abundance that flows constantly, waiting for your permission to enter. The cloves, small and unnoticed, are not magical in themselves, but they become vessels of intention, mirrors of your own inner power. When used with consciousness, they act like anchors in the invisible ocean of energy that surrounds you, attracting to your life opportunities, clarity, and growth. Stay with me until the end of this journey. What you are about to discover is not just a ritual, but an invitation to reconnect with the hidden forces that govern life. In the next few minutes, you will see how a simple practice rooted in spiritual wisdom can unlock not only financial abundance, but also a profound transformation of mind and soul. And once you see it, you will never look at these 3 small cloves or at your own destiny in the same way again. Have you ever stopped to wonder why some people seem to attract prosperity almost effortlessly, while others, despite working hard, feel trapped in a cycle of scarcity? Imagine walking through life carrying an invisible weight, constantly searching for answers in complicated strategies, financial tricks, or endless routines, only to discover that perhaps the key to unlocking abundance is hidden in the most unexpected of places. 3 small cloves. Yes, the same aromatic. Spices often forgotten in a kitchen drawer might hold the power to change not only how you see wealth, but how you experience life itself. It sounds too simple, doesn't it? But sometimes simplicity is exactly what hides the greatest mysteries. Cloves are not just spices. For centuries, they have been treasured in rituals, used as protective symbols, and carried as talismans. In ancient markets, cloves were more valuable than gold, traded across oceans, sought after not only for their flavor, but for the invisible aura they carried. Old stories describe travelers who would never begin a journey without a pouch of cloves, believing they could shield the soul from misfortune. Why would something so small, so common, inspire so much reverence? Could it be that their value lies not only in the physical world, but in their ability to connect us with a deeper, hidden reality? Now pause for a moment and think about your own life. How many times have you ignored something simple because it felt too ordinary, too easy, too unremarkable to matter? And yet, how often has it been the smallest decisions, the smallest gestures that ended up shaping your destiny? The friend you called at the right moment, the chance meeting that opened a door, the word of encouragement that carried you through a difficult day. What if 3 cloves, when used with intention, could become that kind of turning point? Would you dare to try, or would you dismiss them as nothing more than kitchen leftovers? Psychologists say the human mind craves meaning. We are wired to search for connections, to find significance in patterns, to assign purpose to the world around us. This is not weakness, it is power, because when you decide that something carries meaning, your entire perception shifts, your emotions change, your actions align, and the energy you send out into the world becomes different. And here lies the real secret. Prosperity is not an accident, but the result of alignment. When your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions resonate with the frequency of abundance, you naturally attract it. The cloves are not magic in themselves, but they can be symbols, anchors, powerful reminders that redirect your focus and awaken energies that have been dormant inside you. But let me ask you this. How often have you been told that wealth only comes from effort, sacrifice, and endless struggle? How often have you believed that unless you push harder and suffer more, nothing will ever change? What if this belief itself is the very wall keeping abundance away from you? Ancient traditions teach us that prosperity is not about chasing, it is about receiving. It is not about grasping harder, it is about aligning better. And perhaps these 3 cloves are the perfect doorway to experiencing that shift in your own life. Think of a person you know who seems to radiate good fortune. Maybe they are not the richest, but opportunities always appear for them. Doors seem to open. People enjoy helping them. They smile easily, they speak with gratitude, and life somehow responds in kind. Now compare them to someone who lives in constant complaint, whose words are full of negativity, whose posture is heavy with bitterness. Who do you think is more likely to attract abundance? The difference is not luck, it is energy. And energy, like a magnet, always attracts its reflection. The cloves, when used consciously, are like a physical anchor for this invisible law, reminding you daily to shift from scarcity to abundance, from doubt to confidence, from fear to trust. History is full of curiosities that confirm how small objects have always carried immense symbolic power. In some traditions, a single stone blessed in silence was believed to protect an entire village. In others, a candle lit with intention was said to call light into the darkest situations. Why then would 3 cloves not be capable of the same? Could it be that the true mystery is not in the object, but in the human heart that chooses to believe, to focus, and to direct energy through it? Science today speaks of the placebo effect, where belief alone triggers real, measurable changes in the body and mind. If belief can heal disease, why would it not also attract prosperity? As you listen, a thought may be rising inside you. What if I try this and nothing happens? That question is natural, but perhaps the better question is, what if I try this and everything changes? Sometimes we fear disappointment so much that we close ourselves to transformation before it even begins. And yet, what is more dangerous, to try and discover, or to never try and remain where you are, repeating the same patterns over and over? If 3 small cloves could represent a turning point, would you let fear stop you? Life often tests us with paradoxes. We search far away for what is near. We complicate what is simple. We dismiss what is powerful because it looks too ordinary. And then, years later, we wonder why nothing has changed. The invitation here is different. Suspend judgment, open your heart, and allow yourself to see beyond appearances. These cloves are not just spices. They are seeds. Seeds that, when planted in the soil of your intention, may grow into something far greater than you imagined. Stay with me, because this is only the beginning. In a moment, we will go deeper into the forgotten wisdom that explains why such a simple ritual can shift the very energy of your life. You will discover how ancient teachings connect with your everyday reality, and how a practice both practical and symbolic can awaken the abundance that has been waiting for you all along. And when you understand the foundation of this mystery, you will never again look at 3 small cloves in the same way. Have you ever felt that the world around you is more connected than it seems, as if invisible threads link your thoughts, your emotions, and your reality? Ancient wisdom tells us that this is not imagination, but truth. Helena Blavatsky, one of the great explorers of spiritual knowledge, often spoke of the universe as a vast living fabric, where every intention we plant becomes a vibration that echoes back into our lives. Prosperity, then, is not something we chase outside, but something we align with inside. It begins in the invisible, in the way we think, in the energy we allow ourselves to radiate, and in the way we tune into the greater rhythm of existence. Think about the last time you walked into a room full of people. Without a single word being spoken, you could sense who was calm and who was anxious. Energy does not need language. It communicates directly with the heart. In the same way, the energy you carry, whether heavy with worry or bright with gratitude, shapes how the world responds to you. This is why 2 people can face the same challenge, but one finds opportunity and the other sees only obstacles. The difference is not luck, but vibration. What we carry inside becomes a mirror that the universe reflects back to us. Now imagine if you could consciously tune your energy to the frequency of abundance. Imagine if every thought of scarcity could be replaced by a seed of confidence, every doubt transformed into an anchor of gratitude, every fear shifted into a vibration of trust. This is what the teachings hidden within the cloves invite you to experience. They are not just objects, they are reminders, symbols that draw your attention back to the truth that prosperity is born within. When you hold them, when you place them in your space, you are not simply performing a ritual. You are declaring to yourself and to the universe that you are ready to receive. In daily life, we often underestimate the influence of intention. A mother whispers words of encouragement to a child, and that child grows with more confidence. A teacher believes in a student, and suddenly the student discovers talents they never imagined. Intention transforms, and when intention is combined with action, even the smallest gesture can ripple outward, creating results far greater than expected. This is why the ritual of the cloves matters. It is action infused with intention, a bridge between the unseen and the seen. But let us be honest, the world often tries to convince you otherwise. It tells you that abundance belongs only to those who work the hardest, who sacrifice the most, who fight endlessly against all odds. Yet how many people do you know who work themselves to exhaustion, only to feel empty, unfulfilled, or even further from prosperity? The truth is, prosperity is not punishment and reward. It is resonance. It is not about how much you force, but how deeply you align. The universe does not respond to struggle. It responds to the energy you cultivate within. There are countless stories of people who shifted their lives not by gaining more knowledge, but by changing their inner state. Think of Maria, a small shop owner who once believed her business was doomed. Every day she opened her doors with a heavy heart, expecting failure. When she discovered the ritual of the cloves, she did not just place them at the entrance of her shop, she placed a new intention in her heart. Each morning she whispered to herself, "My store is filled with abundance." Slowly her energy changed. Customers felt it. Sales grew. Her shop flourished. Did the cloves themselves create this miracle? Or was it her decision to align her thoughts, her emotions and her actions with abundance? Perhaps both, for one works through the other. And then there was Lucas, a young graduate lost in endless job rejections. He carried bitterness in every interview, and interviewers could feel it. When he started carrying 3 cloves in a small pouch, infused with his intention of finding meaningful work, something shifted. He walked into interviews, not with desperation, but with quiet confidence. Within weeks, doors opened that had been closed for months. Was it coincidence or was it alignment? The answer depends on what you are willing to believe. And belief, as science has already proven, changes everything. Maybe now you feel a spark inside you. Maybe part of you is curious, hopeful, or even skeptical. All of this is welcome. What matters most is that you begin to plant new thoughts in the soil of your mind. And here is where I ask something simple, yet powerful. Write in the comments right now the words, "I believe in abundance." Do not underestimate this act. Writing it is more than typing letters. It is declaring to yourself and to the universe that you are opening the door. It is the first step of transformation. And when you see others writing it too, you will feel part of a greater current, a collective intention of prosperity flowing together. And if you truly feel chosen to embrace this path, then prove it. Somewhere in the corner of your screen, there is a red button waiting. Only the chosen will click on it. Only those who are ready to bless their journey with abundance and to join this circle of energy will subscribe. This is not just about following a channel. It is about declaring yourself ready to live differently. When you press that button, you are not only saying yes to more videos, you are saying yes to yourself, to prosperity, to abundance. So, chosen one, take this step. Stay with me, because what comes next will take us deeper into the ancient wisdom that explains why the smallest of rituals can open the largest of doors. And once you see how these teachings connect to your own daily challenges and dreams, you will understand why abundance is not a distant dream, but a reality that begins here and now. The story of the young disciple is not just a tale from a distant tradition. It is a mirror for every human being who has ever asked, "How can I break free from limitation and open myself to a greater flow of life?" He came to his master with the same despair that so many of us carry today, convinced that nothing could change, that scarcity and struggle were his destiny. Instead of answers, he received 3 cloves, simple, small, and silent. The instruction was even stranger. Plant them in the soil of your heart and watch what grows. At first it seemed absurd. How could such a simple act carry any power? But it was not about the cloves themselves, it was about the inner transformation they could inspire. As the disciple began to meditate, he imagined each clove as a seed within him. One was the seed of calm, dissolving the storms of fear. Another was the seed of gratitude, softening his heart against bitterness. The last was the seed of confidence, reminding him of possibilities even in the darkest hour. Slowly his thoughts shifted, his emotions softened. He felt lighter, as if life itself had begun to move differently around him. And then the outer world reflected this change. New opportunities appeared, relationships improved, money flowed in unexpected ways. What had changed? Nothing outside, everything inside. Now pause for a moment. What seeds are you planting in your own heart? Every day. Are they seeds of doubt, anger, and scarcity, repeating themselves like weeds that never stop growing? Or are they seeds of trust, clarity, and abundance, waiting for your attention to bloom? Every thought is a seed. Every emotion is water or poison for that seed. Every action is sunlight or shadow. If you truly understood how much power you hold over your inner garden, would you care for it differently? The truth is that most people live as if their minds are unguarded fields, open to whatever the wind carries in. News full of fear, conversations filled with negativity, old memories that whisper failure. These are the seeds unconsciously planted day after day, and then we wonder why the harvest is so poor. But what if you became the gardener of your own destiny? What if, like the disciple, you decided to plant intentionally, to choose the seeds that reflect the life you wish to live? And here is where the unexpected question arises. If your mind is so powerful, why do so many live unaware of it? Could it be that simplicity is often rejected because we crave complexity? We think the answers must be hidden in secret formulas, expensive courses, or unreachable gurus. Yet the master gave only 3 cloves, nothing more. The mystery is not in the object. It is in the willingness to see meaning, to choose intention, to direct energy consciously. The disciple's life changed because he was willing to believe and to act, even in the face of simplicity. Think about how many times in your life small decisions have changed everything. The message you sent at the right time, the smile that softened someone's heart, the small risk that opened a new opportunity. The world is not moved only by grand gestures. It is constantly reshaped by the accumulation of tiny acts. The ritual of the cloves is one of those small acts, but its impact grows because it transforms the ground on which all other actions are built, your inner state. But let me ask you, how much of your life today is truly guided by your inner choices, and how much is simply a reaction to what others say and do? If you could step back and see the patterns of your daily life, would you notice how often you give away your power without even realizing it? Perhaps the disciple's lesson is not only about prosperity, it is about reclaiming the authorship of your own existence. Curiously, even modern psychology supports this ancient story. Studies show that when people practice gratitude daily, their brain chemistry changes. Dopamine and serotonin levels rise, increasing well-being and resilience. Gratitude makes people more open to opportunity, more willing to try again, more likely to trust. Science gives the language of neurons and hormones, but the truth is the same. When you plant gratitude, abundance follows. Could it be that the rituals of the past were simply different ways of accessing the same truth? Science is only now beginning to describe. Imagine if you started each day holding 3 cloves in your hand, assigning to each one an intention, peace, gratitude, confidence. How would that shape the tone of your morning? How would that influence the conversations you have, the choices you make, the energy you send out into the world? It may sound symbolic, but symbols are powerful because they bypass logic and speak directly to the subconscious. They remind you, they focus. They awaken you. What other symbols in your life have you ignored until now? Let us break the pattern for a moment. If you could choose one seed to plant in your life right now, what would it be? Would it be courage? Would it be faith? Would it be prosperity? Think carefully, because your answer reveals not just what you desire, but what your heart is truly asking for. And once you name it, can you imagine how to water it every day until it becomes so strong that no storm can take it away? The disciple's journey also teaches us something even deeper, that abundance is not about possession, but about state of being. He did not suddenly inherit wealth, he became wealth. His new energy attracted opportunities naturally, because people are drawn to those who radiate calm, gratitude, and confidence. Prosperity is not a chase, it is a magnet. And when you become the magnet, life reorganizes itself around you. Yet many will still ask, is this not just imagination? Can a few cloves and a shift of mind really change the physical world? But here lies the paradox. Imagination is not fantasy. It is the blueprint of reality. Every invention, every discovery, every new path humanity has taken began first as imagination. To imagine is to plant the invisible seed of what can later become visible. The cloves are not the source of power. They are the doorway that invites imagination to awaken and to manifest. What would happen if you allowed yourself to fully believe, even for a moment, that you are capable of reshaping your life from the inside out? What fears would fall away? What excuses would no longer hold you back? What possibilities would suddenly seem real? This is the question that the disciple faced, and the question you face now. Will you dismiss the cloves as superstition, or will you see them as a mirror reflecting back your own potential? The story continues, but the truth is already here. Your life is a garden, and every thought is a seed. The harvest you experience tomorrow depends on what you plant today. 3 small cloves became the disciples' turning point. What will yours be? Will you choose to plant with intention, or will you allow the winds of fear and doubt to keep sowing for you? The answer is not in the future. It is in this very moment, in the decision you make right now. Stay with me, because in what comes next, we will go beyond the inner garden and explore how external rituals, when aligned with internal transformation, can multiply results in ways that may surprise you. And once you see how simple acts can carry such profound power, you may begin to recognize that the true mystery of abundance has been close to you all along. When we speak of rituals, many imagine complex ceremonies hidden away in temples with chants, incense, and sacred objects. But the truth is that ritual is simply the language of the soul speaking to the universe. It is a way of taking an invisible intention and clothing it in action, so that the mind, the heart, and the spirit can move together in harmony. This is why the ritual of the cloves has survived in different forms across generations and cultures. It translates something profound into something you can see, touch, and repeat. It is not superstition, but alignment. Every time you take the cloves in your hands, breathe with intention, and place them where you live or work, you are saying to life itself, I am ready to receive. Imagine the moment, 3 cloves resting in your palm, their aroma filling the air. You close your eyes, and with a single breath you project your desire, prosperity, peace, security, into them. You then place them at the entrance of your home, in the corner of your workspace, or near where you keep money. These are not random places. They are energetic thresholds, points where intention becomes invitation. When people walk into your home, they cross the energy you have set. When you sit at your desk, your focus is infused with the presence of your intention. When you open the drawer where you keep money, you are reminded that your wealth is not just material, but energetic. The cloves become silent guardians, holding space for your abundance. Science itself supports the importance of ritual. Studies in psychology show that when people perform even simple rituals before tasks, their performance increases, their confidence rises, and their stress drops significantly. A report from Harvard University demonstrated that rituals, even without belief in magic, can reduce anxiety and create a sense of control over unpredictable outcomes. Isn't that exactly what so many crave when facing financial uncertainty? To feel less powerless, more in command, more aligned with a greater order? The ritual of the cloves gives shape to that need. Yet what makes this practice even more powerful is not the act alone, but the consistency. Repetition imprints the subconscious. When you repeat the ritual, you are reprogramming your inner world to expect prosperity instead of scarcity. Neurological studies reveal that the brain creates new pathways when we repeat actions with intention, strengthening them like trails carved deeper and deeper in the forest. Could it be that every time you return to the cloves, you are not only protecting your space, but also reshaping your mind to see and create opportunity? Around the world, countless stories prove how such symbolic gestures can shift reality. In Brazil, families have long placed cloves and cinnamon together in jars near their doors as protection against misfortune. In parts of India, cloves are burned in sacred fires to invite prosperity and purify the air. In Africa, merchants once kept cloves in their pockets during trade, believing they attracted fair deals and trustworthy partnerships. Each culture, in its own language, recognized the same principle. Intention carried through symbol creates results. But why does this work? The law of attraction offers one explanation. Similar energies attract each other. If you radiate scarcity, you attract more lack. If you radiate gratitude, you attract more blessings. In economics, we see a reflection of this principle. Pessimistic markets shrink, optimistic markets grow. In psychology, it appears as the self-fulfilling prophecy. What you expect often becomes reality. Could it be that ancient rituals were simply practical ways of harnessing these invisible but universal laws long before science gave them names? Now consider this. Global studies show that over 70% of lottery winners lose their fortune within a few years. Why? Because abundance without alignment fades. Money alone cannot sustain prosperity. It must be accompanied by the inner state that knows how to hold it, nurture it, and allow it to grow. This is why rituals matter. They do not create abundance alone, they prepare you to receive it and sustain it. Without alignment, wealth slips away. With alignment, even small opportunities expand. And here comes the moment of reflection. If wealth is not just about hard work or luck, but about the energy you cultivate, what would happen if you fully aligned your inner state with abundance? How would your decisions change? How would your relationships shift? How would opportunities appear differently around you? Part of alignment is also about expanding beyond the ritual into daily practices that reinforce abundance. Meditation is one of the most powerful. A global study published in the journal Mindfulness revealed that people who meditate daily experience not only less stress but greater financial decision-making clarity. Why? Because when the mind is calm, fear no longer drives choices. Fear leads to impulsive spending, missed opportunities, and constant worry. Calm invites strategy, vision, and patience. So when you meditate holding the image of the cloves, you are not just calming yourself, you are sharpening your ability to recognize prosperity when it knocks. Gratitude is another practice. Statistics show that people who keep gratitude journals report higher levels of happiness, better sleep, and even improved health. But more than that, gratitude shifts the emotional state from scarcity to fullness. When you say thank you even for small things, your mind begins to look for more reasons to be grateful. This creates a magnetic field that attracts more of what you appreciate. Imagine combining this with the cloves. Every time you see them, you recall 3 things you are grateful for. Slowly, you weave gratitude into the very air of your home. Generosity is also essential. In Buddhist teachings, generosity is the open hand through which abundance flows. When you give without fear of loss, you declare that you already live in plenty. And studies confirm this. People who give regularly, whether money, time, or kindness, report feeling wealthier, even when their financial situation has not changed. The act of giving shifts perception, and perception shapes reality. Could it be that every generous act is itself a ritual, planting seeds of future prosperity? But here is the surprise. Abundance is not only personal, it is collective. Economists estimate that if the wealth gap were even slightly reduced, global prosperity would rise dramatically, with billions lifted out of poverty. The energy of abundance is not meant to be hoarded, but shared. This is why, when you perform rituals like the cloves, you are not only blessing yourself but also sending ripples outward. Your prosperity becomes part of a greater wave, and that wave returns multiplied. The more people align with abundance, the more the world itself shifts. So ask yourself, if a simple ritual could awaken both your personal prosperity and contribute to a greater current of abundance on the planet, would you not embrace it fully? Would you not make it a daily act, not of superstition, but of conscious alignment with life itself? As you let this settle, reflect on the journey so far. We began with the mystery of 3 cloves, small yet powerful symbols. We saw how intention transforms them into guardians of prosperity. We connected ancient rituals with modern psychology and science, discovering how repetition reshapes the brain and the heart. We explored stories across continents, statistics that reveal surprising truths, and practices that deepen the ritual into a way of life. And still the question remains, what will you do with this knowledge? Stay close, because in what comes next, we will step even further into the heart of this mystery. We will explore not only how the ritual connects with the energy of abundance, but also how your daily choices, words, and actions become magnets that call prosperity into form. And once you see how the invisible laws operate in your favor, you will never again wonder if abundance is possible. You will know it is inevitable when you align with it. As we arrive at this final moment of our journey, take a deep breath and reflect on everything you have just discovered. What began with 3 small cloves, ordinary, almost invisible objects, has become a doorway to understanding abundance, not as luck or coincidence, but as a living energy that responds to intention, gratitude, and conscious action. This is not theory. This is a path that can be walked step by step in your daily life. And now the question is no longer whether this works, but whether you will choose to apply it. Let us speak clearly and directly about how to take this wisdom from words into practice. The first step is intention. Nothing begins without it. Take 3 cloves and hold them in your hands. Close your eyes and breathe slowly. Ask yourself, what do I truly wish to bring into my life? Is it financial security? Is it peace in my home? Is it confidence in my decisions? Speak this intention silently or out loud. Imagine that your words are absorbed into the cloves, as if they are becoming seeds charged with your energy. This is not imagination for its own sake. Neuroscience shows that when you visualize clearly, your brain reacts as if it were already real, preparing you emotionally and physically to make it so. Begin here with one simple act of focus. The second step is placement. Put the cloves where they can act as reminders and anchors of your intention. At the entrance of your home, they protect the flow of energy that crosses your threshold. In your workplace, they concentrate your focus and encourage opportunities. Near your money, they hold your attention on growth and stability. Every time your eyes fall upon them, pause for a second and remember your intention. This repetition is not small. It is the way habits are built, and habits are the architecture of destiny. The third step is alignment. Ritual without alignment is empty. This means living daily in a way that reflects the energy you seek. Practice gratitude every evening, writing down at least 3 things you appreciated in your day. Gratitude strengthens the vibration of abundance because it tells the universe you are already in possession of blessings. Meditate each morning for a few minutes, calming your mind and filling it with clarity. Meditation reduces fear, and fear is the greatest enemy of prosperity. Finally, practice generosity. Give something, however small, without expecting return. In giving, you create a current that flows back multiplied. These 3 practices, gratitude, meditation, generosity, are the water, sunlight, and soil that allow the seeds of intention to grow. The 4th step is reflection. Once a week, sit with your cloves and ask yourself, what has changed? What opportunities have appeared? What obstacles have begun to soften? This reflection does not only measure progress, it trains your mind to recognize the often subtle ways in which abundance begins to show itself. Many fail to notice their prayers being answered simply because they expect miracles to arrive in thunder and lightning, when often they come as gentle whispers and small openings. Recognize them, honor them, and walk through them. The final step is expansion. Once you feel the shift inside you, do not stop. Expand your ritual. Share your story, even if anonymously, with others who may be searching. Plant cloves in new spaces, not only for your personal benefit, but to bless your environment, your family, your community. The more abundance you cultivate around you, the more it grows within you. Prosperity is not a closed circle. It is a wave that moves outward and returns stronger. These steps form a plan, clear and simple. Intention, placement, alignment, reflection, expansion. 5 keys that turn knowledge into transformation. None of them require money or privilege. They require only willingness, discipline, and openness, and yet they have the power to alter the path of your life in ways you cannot yet imagine. Think of Maria, Lucas, Anna, and Carlos, people who began with the same doubts you may feel now, and who saw their lives change through the practice of these principles. Their results were not accidents, they were choices. So I ask you now, what choice will you make? Will you leave this knowledge behind as just another video you watched? Or will you take it as a personal invitation to step into a different way of living? You already know that the smallest of acts can have the greatest impact. What if today 3 cloves became the beginning of a new chapter for you? What if you decided here and now that scarcity no longer defines your story and that abundance is the reality you are willing to embrace? I want you to remember something important. You are not alone on this path. Every person who listens, reflects, and takes action adds to a larger current of energy. And when you add your intention to this current, it multiplies. Together, we are shaping not only individual lives but a collective reality. Imagine the power of thousands planting seeds of abundance at the same time. Imagine the wave of prosperity that could rise across families, communities, and the world. Now is the moment to act. If this message has touched you, do not let it fade. Subscribe to this channel by clicking below, because only those who stay connected to this flow will continue to grow within it. Like this video if you feel the energy of abundance moving through you right now. And most of all, leave a comment, even if anonymous, sharing your question, your story, or simply your declaration that you are ready. Your words will not only strengthen your own journey, but they will inspire others who read them. This is how we create a circle of prosperity that never breaks. So let us close with clarity and with heart. The cloves are not just spices, they are symbols. They are reminders, they are keys. But the door they open is not outside, it is within you. The choice is yours. Begin today and let abundance meet you where you are. Subscribe, like, and share your voice, because together we are the gardeners of a new reality, one seed at a time.